Hey everyone, Marsh from Consequence here. I did not do videos like live gots and to kill the bosses because my recorder wasn't working super well. I have it sorted out and I'm going to be pushing gods for Broodtwister and Cabeza. They're going to be really short, but then my Silken Core and Ansrak guide should be a little longer, especially Ansrak. So, Broodtwister, when we killed it, and what exists now are just two completely different fights. So I actually pulled up a farm kill and I'm just going to be walking through it. So you can see here we're using this Weegora setup. This is the Northern Sky pack, but some people be using the Liquid pack. There's pros and cons to both with like how you mark things and whatnot. So what I advise is you want to read the Weegora like description, how to set it up, because a lot of guilds, including ours, have trouble with Weegoras, and usually it's because there's a duplicate, someone has DBM, there's a million issues. So just making sure that you make sure your raiders follow the exact steps you want them to try to limit the problems. So what you're going to see here is we're going to pull the boss in this quadrant. Now the first thing I'm going to point out is we're trying to leave this middle zone clear. So again, this is a farm kill, so there's probably people in here that have never done it before. In fact, I know for a fact there is. So you can see that this warlock right here, I think it's warlock, is not in the right spot because, yeah, because he's never done the boss before. So we don't want any melee like in this quadrant. And you can see that we have these eggs marked for our weak or pack. So if he gets a dispel here, the melee are all getting rooted. So he doesn't get it, and they're not rooted. So we want to pre-spread in away from the melee. Now, a lot of deaths come from this discharge, especially in melee. The easiest way to handle it is just move when you see it under your feet, but a lot of players are a little greedy, and they think they can tank it, and they won't. So you have some egg breaks here, and the weak or packs will let you prioritize certain classes to certain eggs. So you can see that we're prioritizing the green egg break to be the evoker and the purple egg break to be the druid. And the reason for that, as you're going to see here, is they're going to be knocking the ads in. So push, push, and then grip. So that's how, when you prioritize certain classes, that's how it's going to work. And each weak aura pack is going to be completely different. Let me see if I can get this full screen. So that's how that works. Now, also, what you're going to see here in the weak aura pack is an interrupt order for these ads. Every pack's different, or both packs are a little different. But one of the reasons we struggled on this boss, I wouldn't say struggled, but didn't do as well as we could have on this boss is because we were missing kicks. And it's just more important to kick no matter what's going on than not missing it, because if you miss kicks, your healers fall behind and you die. So another thing I do want to point out here is the comp. Our comp is not great, but grips are really strong. Double mass grip is borderline required, even in the boss's current state. So, yeah, even having like your DK player swap to a tank is really good. I will note that it's a hard boss fight to tank, if I recall. So you're seeing here a 2 tank 3 heal, and this was the strat before all the nerfs. But a lot of guilds now are doing 3 tank 4 heal, just to kind of cover issues that tanks may have or healers may have. So again, it's probably the easiest strat to kill the boss. With these egg breaks here, you're going to see that people are going to push up in the crevice, and they're like really on top of that egg. You can see how this group's really on top of the egg. If you're not on top of the egg, if your circle does not cover the egg, then it's not going to break, causing wipes. So pre-spreading, getting your kicks, kicking the ads. Just like heroic, there's worms, parasites, and spiders. The parasites are definitely the hardest ad to deal with. So they need to be mass stripped, and you need to have CC order. We usually do 2 CCs. I think it's like monk then DH then warrior then DH is I think what we did for at least kill. So again, you're pre-spreading. We're dropping markers down. There's one player doing this. Actually, it's this player right here is dropping the markers. And then he's kind of pre-spreading near like where he usually gets picked. The weak auras will prior you to certain eggs. You can be picked for anything for most players, but you will get prioed. Again, you see the knocks, the grip, and then the kicks. You can see the CCs. Is a farm kill, so maybe we messed up the CC here. I can't tell players are infested. Yeah, they are. So now we're trying to deal with the infests. The infests, when they get you, they're going to grab you and then duplicate. So just trying to keep them under control is important. Getting kicks here. And then we're going to move over and you're going to see him mark. So he's using hotkeys to mark. And now again, one tip that we usually do here is we call under the boss. Orange under the boss. So now when anyone gets orange, they know if you don't get an egg break here, your chances to get the web is very high. So if you don't get this, you need to step away from the eggs. So these players, you can see they're trying to run away from the eggs. They give them room. They're going to break. They're going to mass grip. And they're going to kick. And a lot of this fight repeats itself. It's all about the egg breaks and the kicks and the controlling of the parasites. So now when we're doing this intermission, I want to talk about like what kind of builds your DPS player should be building. So single target is secretly very good on this fight because you want to be able to skip sets of eggs because those are the issues. Now, if you don't have enough AoE and your parasite problems are really high, then you would have more AoE and then peel back to single target. But I would advise everyone specs AoE and then peel as many people off into single target as possible. Because again, you're seeing our farm kill. So in the intermission here, we just pull him in this corner and he's going to run over here. But I cut the intermission, but it's kind of the down time. But you're going to see at the end of the fight that we're doing so much single target to the boss that we're going to skip multiple sets and we're going to play around that. So again here, it's just dodging. We're going to pre-spread. Well, actually, the egg breaks here. You can see they're in the crevices. Yep, and then we're going to pre-spread. If you don't get the egg breaks, you're probably getting the spread. You can see these players are spreading out. They get them, they're already out of the raid. We're just getting kicks and we're getting controls. And that's just going to repeat. So this is the spider section. This is for tanks. Wait, no. This is the spider section. So we're getting kicks. I don't want to talk too much on this because, again, it's just a repeat. Eggs, spread. If you're not getting... Actually, this is important. So this is the last set in the second quadrant. And we're calling purple under the boss. So you're going to see here is you're going to see people get the egg breaks and then a pre-spread. Now, you can see here that this is the pre-immune set. So if you do not get an egg break, the chances you get webs are high, and you want to try to pre-immune the web so there's no webs because you're so little space. So we tried to have everyone immune. Sometimes we got lucky, sometimes we didn't, and it just made things a little easier. Again, this is triple spiders, so if you're 3-tanking this is fine, but when we're 2-tanking, sometimes if the tanks didn't have a lot of abilities or a lot of defensives up, you have to kill the spiders first, at least one of them. But again, you can see here that we've done so much single target to the boss. We don't have lust up, where we haven't lusted at all, and the boss at 25%. So we pre-spread. Also, one thing about this pre-spread is, see how this guy went into the crap? It's actually, this doesn't do that much damage, so as long as you can step in there and step out. But you're going to come out here, and you're going to see that we only have, this is the third section, this is the worm section. These worms rapid fire kicks like crazy. And we only have 2 eggs, or 3 eggs marked. I don't remember, we always played around the number. Yeah, 3 eggs. So you can see that green is not even participating. These are the 2 green guys. And we're just breaking 3 eggs. And then we're going to spread out. And it's just a spider, parasites, and a worm. Yes, this worm's going to rapid fire kicks, but there's only one of them. And that almost got missed. And now we don't have, 2 worms up at the same time, potentially wiping us. And you can see here, we only have 1 egg marked. We're going to kill the boss before that, probably because it's farm. But most guilds, would maybe clear this one last egg out. and then they'd kill the boss. So what we're doing here is we're purposely not killing eggs to make the last section easier, but we're looking at this stuff growing and making sure it's not going to hit. So if we broke this egg, we'd probably have like 50 seconds to kill the boss before one of the other eggs was hit and it would enrage. But that's Broodtwister. I don't want to talk about it too much because a lot of skills already killed this, but hopefully this was helpful. I'll post healing CDs and stuff whenever I get around to making them private. So we'll do Cabeza next. Alright, see you in the next video. Peace.